Hey, Kira.
Hello.
It's good to see you again.
You too.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I've been thinking about you since we met. I know you did some homework, and I appreciate you sending me your assessment results. But I know we've only met once, and I just wondered, since the last time we met, I mean, what are some of the things that really stuck out for you that maybe you've been thinking about from our last time together?
So some things that have kind of stuck out to me was just the fact that you talked about that you told me that I kind of should look at the fact. Hold on, let me rephrase this.
Okay.
The fact that I look at myself within the student realm and then myself within the work realm.
Yeah.
And then I just thought about it and the fact that I kind of integrate those two.
Okay.
I've always been a working student per se.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard for me to take the two and not put them together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is kind of what I've thought about
Mm-hmm.
over since we last met.
Yeah.
Is the fact that I kind of don't know how to not be
Yeah.
a working student per se.
Sure.
So yeah, that's kind of what I thought about.
Okay.
most times.
And because of your current situation in not working, it's caused you to just be discouraged and
Right.
think of yourself differently.
Yeah.
Okay. Has it been positive, you thinking about this differently, or?
It has been positive. It's allowed me to kind of, cause I mean, I guess like when I moved down here, I tried to reframe my mind so that it was as though, school was my job.
Okay.
But at the same time, school didn't provide an income.
Sure.
And so it was like, okay, well, it's a job, but it's not a paying job.
Right.
And so it's trying to reframe my mind has been positive, because it's been allowing me to kind of reconsider the way I think about, as you put it, my professional development.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've kind of been thinking of it as my professional development. When I talk to other people about it, like for example, my uncle, we kind of had a debate about it.
Mm-hmm.
When I talk to him, I'm like, it's my professional development. Like I'm working towards my future. I'm working towards something. He doesn't understand it, and so it's kind of frustrating.
Sure.
And it kind of puts me back where I was, but I'm trying to put myself in a new position.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that's helpful. I think one of the things that really stuck out to me was your identity as an independent woman. And because you haven't been able to work, that's what's kind of been so discouraging.
Right.
But it sounds like you thinking this way is kind of changing that a little bit. And ultimately, I guess the way I see it too is what you're doing is very independent.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you moved away from everything you know to pursue something that you really want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
It takes a lot of independence.
Yeah, I guess it does.
You want to talk about your assessments?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks again for sending them to me. Did you have a chance to look over them much?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. What's your thoughts about it?
I thought the results were interesting.
Okay.
Some of them, I mean, I kind of guessed. Like, for example, the Myers-Briggs.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty introverted, so I kind of assumed that.
You knew that.
Yeah, I knew I was going to be introverted.
Yeah.
So, but then like some of the other results on the Myers-Briggs, like I didn't think that I would be. I think I don't remember exactly what I was, but
INFP.
thought I was gonna be like a, what's the other one?
Besides N?
Besides N, what's the other one? S. I thought it was gonna be S and not
Okay, how
N.
come?
I don't know. I feel like I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't. And then when I looked at it, I wasn't as in as I.
So you were.
Yeah,
close.
I was pretty close. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to go over all those differences, or do you feel like you got a sense of?
I feel like I got a sense of what it was.
Of the two.
Yeah. And I guess like, yeah, I kind of understand what the differences are.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe like understanding how it plays a role in my development.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can help me understand
Okay.
that.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but let me just clarify.
Mhm.
You agree or don't agree that you should be a team? No, I'm sorry. N.
Oh, I agree. I actually, I do agree. I agree. But I could see how I could be an S too.
Sure.
Because can I see that?
Of course.
Paper?
Which part do you need? Because it's a lot.
Yeah. Just.
That's the whole
Yeah.
impact report there.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. So like, it says, quiet, friendly, sensitive, and kind. Yeah, that's kind of me.
Is it?
Yeah,
I get that sense too.
yeah, I just, and it says like, enjoy the present moment and what's around them. I kind of just like sit and, I observe what's going on before I kind of interact with other people.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, but then like the next one is INFP, and it says idealistic, loyal to their values and people who are important to them. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's me too. And so it's just like, it's kind of like, I could see both sides.
Sure.
So I could see how I could kind of like fit
That's
in
why you're right
between
in
the
the
two.
middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I felt like I was, it was just kind of like, like I don't know.
Okay.
But I could see how it would be more in at times.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it says curious, quick to see possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people may look to me to like solve problems and things like that.
Okay.
So I can see why I would maybe be an N instead of an S. So.
Yeah, it tends to be that way with the intuitive folks.
Yeah.
Looking at big picture kind of stuff and solving problems.
Yeah.
So people come to you.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I prefer people to just figure it out themselves sometimes, but
Sure.
I mean, I don't mind being, that person that people lean on for, advice per se.
Yes.
But sometimes I don't always want to be that person.
Understand. Mm-hmm. But you do want to be a counselor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which
Just
is
not
kind of-
necessarily with your friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why it's like, because I'm introverted, so it's like the quiet person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I kind of I feel like sometimes my results kind of may contradict in my head. This is my thoughts.
Okay.
In my head, I feel like my results kind of contradict what I want to do, because I feel like counselors are in my head. This is my head. Okay, so I feel like counselors are extroverted people. Like, they want to talk to people, they want to help people, and I'm the type that I want to sit back and I want to observe,
Okay.
and then I'll go in and I'll be like, this is what I've noticed, this is what I think,
Okay.
that's what I think.
All right. And are you saying that in your head
Yes.
that you don't think you're going to be a good counselor because you're introverted?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
No, I think I'll be great. I'm a great person, but I'm just I don't know how I can. I guess it's more so like making sure I use my introversion in my results to my best abilities to be
Sure.
the best I can be.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Okay. And don't forget though that I&E is not all that you are,
Okay, yeah.
right?
Sure.
We talked already that you see possibilities in
Mhm.
helping people solve problems.
Yeah.
That's obviously really important.
Yeah.
It's an important piece.
Mhm.
And having an introverted perspective allows you to process things in a way that might be helpful for a lot of people.
Okay, yeah. That's a good point.
Sure.
Thanks.
Sure. The other thing that I would say too about your personality type, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you mentioned loyal to your own values, and the typical INFP really lives strongly by their values. Do you find that to be true for you?
Yeah, I do. I kind of stick to what I believe.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to persuade me to do something else, which can be bad, but at the same time, I feel like it's good because I'm not easily persuaded.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the other one of the other instruments was the life values inventory. Speaking of values, what were your thoughts on kind of the way that came out?
I thought that one was more interesting. Just because, like, I guess, like, you know, when you take it, it's like you rank things as like high priority, or what is like, what is it like, over
attention,
under attention, yeah. And so, I guess once I look back at it, I kind of had to rethink, because like you said, like as an INFP, I kind of hold my values at the same all the time. And so once I look back at it, I was like, why did I rank this? And I was like, oh yeah, okay, I remember now. And so it's like, I remember why I ranked things in a certain position and things like that. It was easy for me to remember instead of being like, oh, I must have been just having a rough week that week or something like that for me to rank, I don't know, humility so high or something like that. And so it was easy for me to make sure that I was keeping my values where I wanted them to be. And like, for example, like spirituality. I think I ranked that as like under attention because like it was a high, like it's something high on my values thing, but I don't feel like I pay enough attention to it sometimes.
I see.
Like, you know, I go to church every Sunday, or some Sundays I don't make it. But to be honest, but you know, and then you know, I have a few tattoos and things like that. But at the same time, it's just like there are some times where I feel like I could put more attention into my faith. And things like that, and so it's like I put that on, under attention, and then what I think like financial something was in one of them.
Yes.
And then I put that on like I don't remember where I put that.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, thanks. Financial prosperity. I put that on under attention because I didn't have a job, and so it's just like just making sure I understood where things were in my life and where I wanted them to be.
So you feel like that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, I feel like it was pretty accurate. And then things change, so it's not like a bad thing. And then privacy. I'm all about privacy. I love privacy. I stay shutting my door.
Yes.
And my cousin, he's like, "You always shut your door. Why do you always shut your door?" I'm like, "Get out." Like, get out, just get out. He's
the
like,
door was shut.
Yeah,
for a reason.
exactly.
Yes,
And he's like, "Yeah, you don't never talk to us." And I'm like, "Get out,
Yeah.
just get out." And so it's just like it's different values. And I think that the privacy thing goes back to me being an introvert. Like I need time
You need your space
to myself. So just give me some time. I'll come out when I feel like it.
Yeah. Is that your time to kind of just process where you are, what
Yeah.
the day's been like?
process my day.
Okay.
I guess kind of like check in with myself.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not about to have a mental breakdown.
What specifically do you do to check in with yourself?
It depends on the day.
Okay.
Like yesterday, I checked in with myself. I went home, and no one. So like this week, no one's home. So I have the house to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just like cleaned the house. I like cleaned the kitchen.
Okay.
I washed clothes. I was just cleaning. And that was before I did my homework, which is bad. But like, so I needed the time to like process and clean and make sure everything was okay. So that's what I did yesterday. Just so that I can make sure, I guess everything's in order. I like things to be, A to be in this column, B to be in this column. And so that's what I did yesterday. Some other things that I like to do to kind of check in with myself is just make sure I'm getting my sleep. I love sleeping. So I make sure I go to bed on time.
Okay. On time.
On time, yeah. 1 a.m. is on time for me.
Okay.
Which is not good on time, as my doctor would say, but I still get my 7-8 hours since I don't have a job. So,
So it works for you right now?
It works for me right now. So when I get a job, I'll have to, change my own time. But yeah, and so I guess it's just making sure that I'm mentally stable. That's how I check in with myself.
Okay.
Making sure that my T's are dotted. My T's are dotted. See, I'm not mentally stable right now.
It's
Lord
okay.
help me. My T's are crossed and my I's are dotted.
Sometimes I dot my T's.
Yeah, see, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, that's kind of how I check.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. One of the first things that you mentioned when we started talking about values was spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you don't pay enough attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
What would it look like for you to pay more attention to it?
I just feel like if I paid more attention to it, like ideally, so I have this Bible app I have like the Bible app on my phone.
Yeah.
And they give you like daily scriptures. So ideally, I would look at the daily scripture. I would like to read my Bible at least once a week.
Okay.
That would be like ideal for me. Maybe pick a chapter or a book and just read it. And then I'm in this Bible study actually. So I started going to this like monthly Bible study. So that's something I've started doing, and I really love going to that. And so we do that, and then they give us monthly scriptures to remember.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to start practicing that.
Okay.
Not the week before that we do that.
I see.
Yeah, because they send that out. So like they sent that out at the beginning of the month. It's not until April 29th. So
Yeah.
I would like to start practicing that today.
Okay.
That would be ideal for me.
Okay.
So we're gonna hope that I go home and do that. Hope that
We're
I
gonna
go home.
hope.
Yeah. So I'm gonna intend to go home and do that. That's what I'll say. And so that's what it would look like for me. Continue to go to like the monthly Bible studies. Practice the monthly scriptures. Read the Bible app daily. Just the daily scripture. It pops up on my phone. Just to actually take the time to read the scripture. Take the time and pick a chapter out of the Bible and read it a week. To just make time to grow in my faith. Because I feel like my entire life I've gone to church. And as I've gotten older, I've grown in my faith. But I feel like to actually put time into something is different than to actually just go through the motions, if that makes sense. So to actually go out and go to the grocery store and put things in your cart is different than actually walking through the aisles and saying, oh, you know, I really want those Oreos, but I'm not gonna get them.
Okay,
So
sure.
it's different, you know.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Mhm.
I asked that because it's the one that you picked. You have a fairly long list of under attention,
Mhm.
and it was the one that you picked to talk about first.
Yeah.
So it seems like that's an important part
Mhm.
that you're missing in your life right now.
Yeah.
I wonder how you might be able to get that need met while still meeting some of the needs that you're currently meeting, some of your values.
I guess like if I were to tie it into, you know, some of the things that are high priority. So like if I were to place some attention on my spirituality, you know, I would be showing responsibility.
Okay.
I would feel like I'm achieving something. I would be being independent because I wouldn't be relying on, you know, just going to church.
Sure.
And learning things from what the pastor teaches me. I would be learning aspects of the Bible by myself.
Okay.
And then I would be taking time, I would have private time with God on my own. It wouldn't be, you know, time spent in the church. It would be time me and God, like, by ourselves. So
Yeah.
that's some ways I would be.
That makes sense to me. So you kind of incorporated in the things that you're already doing.
Mm-hmm.
I've certainly thought of the private time where you've got the door closed.
Yeah.
You're trying to recharge.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like maybe that's a way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, I know that we're kind of running out of time
Mhm.
today. We've gone over a few things, but what's kind of standing out for you about today?
I guess for today, it was a good tip for me to be able to, I guess, fully understand my results, and how I can, I guess, continue to work on the results I have now, and how I want to, like you said, take the things I have under attention for, and maybe shift those to different areas in my life. And then also with my Myers-Briggs results, how those things are, again, playing a role in my life now, playing a role in my life now, and how those will help me to develop into, you know, my professional development in the long run, and be successful, you know, as a future counselor, and in my classes and things like that. So.
Okay. Well, I hope this is helpful. Next time, maybe we'll talk a little bit more about this and create a real plan to help you get where you